Hey guys, it's Adrian. So we were live in the war room all morning. Had a good one. We started the day off as usual with our opening gaps. You can see here progressive. This one had a second bar entry. So we had a first bar high and low that were pretty extended. But once we were down around that pivot line, what we saw was the opportunity to get short at about 251.71. And then our first stop was 250.86 right on that blue pivot. And the extension 249.78. So the 382 extension of the move that we were expecting was the money shot here. And you can see we captured just about the entire extension of that move before that thing reversed and moved higher. As for the rest of the stocks that we've been watching, triple Qs have been sort of in a wide sloppy range today, so we're not really focused on those too much. We've seen Apple in a nice uptrend. Got up into the box, trading sideways, giving us lots and lots of opportunities for dips below the line. Only thing about Apple, 223.31 up to 223.69. There's not a whole lot of range there. Then we had, of course, our buddy NVDA, and NVDA has been a star performer today. So once we really got back and focused on what it was doing here, we saw these moves inside of the 118.92 up to 119.22 box. Again, that's not the most exciting place to be. It did run the morning bands, so we were expecting to see a move from last night's trading plan that materialized this morning. Got us through the range, got us up into that 119.01, up into 119.52. target, and then settled down into these next ranges, the lower ranges. So we redraw these lines, of course, as the day goes on. And the one that was really worth waiting for was this guy right here, because we got down to the central pivot. And once we were at the central pivot, what we expected was a move from 118.43 that would get up to maybe pause at 118.73, 118.92, the next target, and 119.22, the extension target. And it's done all of those. So it got us in and out for the 50-cent move from the pivot up to 118.92, and then got us in and out for the bigger move up to 119.22. Tesla has been behaving nicely all day as well. Tesla ran all of the bands this morning, 229.18 up to 231.42. So that was a banner morning for Tesla. It's always nice when it starts that way, especially when the stock starts below the central pivot and then pops higher and then gets up into those ranges. Those are the opening trades on these things that are really worth taking. Meta also ran the bands. We've been watching this one all morning. Again, the best trade of the day is this move back down to the central pivot and then trading back into the range as the stock moves higher and then gets back up into that 525.95 area. So those have been sort of the standouts. And, the nicest part of the day, of course, is, Meta and Tesla running the bands right off the open. You don't really have to do too much thinking to get in front of those opportunities. Just look at the trading plan, wait for those things to hit the strike, and then, get in at the trigger and out at the target. All right, so the game plan for the rest of the day is to wait for NVIDIA to come back down into this pivot line, look for a ricochet move, a reversal higher. Going to watch the time of day very carefully. Want to make sure that we're not taking that trade anytime around 125 to 135. If it's reversing back down, let's just let it reverse. And then again, about 3 o'clock until 3:10, same deal, right? If it's reversing back down into that band, we're just going to let it go without us and then try to catch the move on the other side of those big stock market reversal times. Ditto on Meta. Let's just watch for the move back down into that big support that we have down at the central pivot, 522.51. Looking for a reversal move higher from there. Could get all the way back up into that range. And on Tesla, if you're looking for the tighter moves, 227.78 up to that central pivot or just above the central pivot at 228.56. All right, I hope that helps. See everybody back here on Tuesday.